Hey, welcome to the show. It's Flash and Friends. Flash here, Roxanne over there. My goodness, what a great week we had, especially over the weekend. Club Dubai, I'm going to tell you right now, we've been talking about it for weeks. Club Dubai is blowing up. Last week and this week, Saturday night coming up for the Saturday Night Dance Party live on Q105, we gave away a $300 Coach purse. Now, I didn't know the significance of a Coach
Oh, so that brought
handbag.
all the ladies out.
Is it purse or handbag? What's
Either
the proper?
Or. Either or.
Man, came out of the woodwork for that thing. And again, we're doing it again this Saturday night at Club Dubai. All the information's up at myq105.com/events.
It's a place to be on Saturday night dance party. It's in the name.
It is. Matt the Brat and I playing the music, having a great time. Everything is originated from the club that's live on Q105. And I'm telling you, a lot of folks loving it. It's bringing them right back to the old school like we did back in the day.
I love it.
And speaking of back in the day, like all the Stormans and the Hammerjacks, one of my buddies, Jason, who was a bouncer at most of those, has gone off. He grew up, like some of us haven't, but he started a business called Defy Medical, and we're going to talk to him about some pretty cool stuff coming up.
I can't wait to talk to Jason. He is so knowledgeable.
Have you got your big words ready?
I'm going to reach in my back pocket and pull out quite a few big words.
Roxy's got some big words. Freaks me out a little bit. Oh, I love it because I can't.
Hey, guess what? It's hammer time.
Is it?
Hammer time.
Oh.
Talking about hammer heads, that is. You said hammerjack, so it reminded me. But Sharknado is all the rage right now, of course.
Sharknado 3. Have you seen the trailer for that?
Yes, I have. And it's so good. Sharknado 3, it's called Oh, Hell No.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
It's not good. It's so bad that it's awesome.
That's what they're saying.
That's how they're describing it.
I completely trust Steve Purcell. And he says it's a good movie because it is so bad. Because the actors take things so seriously.
Did you see that? I mean, you saw the trailer. Did you see any of the first two, I guess? Did you see any of them? I
understand the premise. I didn't sit there and watch them. I'm sure. I feel like I have seen them because I know what it's about.
I'm gonna have to go and I'm gonna have to go and check the first two out now just to see. But it's one of those. I guess it's almost kind of like one of those things. Like it reminds me of maybe like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, where it was just such a whacked out, so bad that it becomes a cult, or like Showgirls we talked about. Remember that one?
How about Ian Ziering? Oh, Showgirls. Yes, I do remember Showgirls. I liked Showgirls. That was a silly movie, but it was bad too. Ian Ziering, how about his career? I mean, he's got to be thanking his lucky stars for the Sharknado series.
Well, Sharknado action going
Tara
on.
Reid. But Bo Derek plays Tara Reid's mom, by the way. And then the thing is when you see a show, like, do you watch the show Archer? Anybody in here watch Archer, the cartoon?
Bill, anyone?
No. Yeah, the cartoon. You watch it, Bill.
Dr. Gina's hanging out with us back in the background.
Dr. Gina doesn't watch it, but it is so funny. And the first season, the cartoons were so lame, but it was because it was like the graphics weren't as good. So it was like stick figures practically.
Right.
Not really, but pretty lame. And then because the writing was so funny and the characters are so hilarious, then they put this money into it. So each season you see the graphics get so tight. It's almost like they're real people now.
Right.
But my point is with Sharknado 3, it's gotten some buzz. It's got, the first two Sharknadoes, it's like a cult classic deal. So now they can put more money into it. So this one's supposed to be good.
Would you go so far as to say it's getting a bite?
Yes.
Sorry. Couldn't help myself.
Yes.
I couldn't help myself, Roxanne.
You've been reeled into watching it.
Yes. Reeled in. I got
we have so much fun stuff to get into today.
Yeah, we got a new segment I think we should start. It's our engineer, Ray, or we like to call him Ray Ray. I think it's Ask Ray Ray. Ray Ray has a question that he's going to put out at the end of the show, and then maybe we'll field some calls. Also, shout out to Tyrone, my good friends over at Crab Shack. Yeah, got the hat and everything right here. And by the way, if you want us to wear your hat, send us a hat. You can send it, what's the address here? 9721?
9721 Executive Center Drive North, Suite 200, St. Petersburg. Do not know the zip code.
Don't
but if
either.
You Google it.
I don't either. Yeah, Google it. That's what we do. Google it. So we'll get the show started coming up right after this. You guys watch these important messages from our friends at Extra Medium Productions, and we'll be right back with more Flash and Friends.
This week's episode of Flash and Friends is powered by TampaBayNightlife.tv, Tampa Bay's video entertainment guide and your #1 source for having fun around town. Featuring the hottest restaurants, nightclubs, concerts, and the home of Tampa Bay's top 20 things to do with a new show every Friday. So don't forget to tune in to TampaBayNightlife.tv.
Hey, it's the Flash Man, and if you haven't been to the Q105 Saturday Night Dance Party, then you're missing out. Join me and my main man, Matt the Brat, pumping out all the hottest dance music from the 70s, 80s, and more, mixed live at Club Dubai in Carrollwood. This week, every lady will get a raffle ticket to win a top designer handbag valued at over $300. $3 domestics and $5 select premium premium drinks all night. The Saturday Night Dance Party at Club Dubai. Doors open at 8:30, Northdale Boulevard in Dale Mabry and Carrollwood. Flash and Friends is powered by Extra Medium Productions, your high-definition, full-service production studio. Call 727-584-4500, extramedium.com.
Hey, we're back. Welcome back, by the way. Like our page if you haven't done so, if you're watching on the Flash and Friends Facebook. And joining us in the studio, Roxanne. Roxanne always gets to sit next to the cool people, but Jason from Defy Medical is in the house. How are you, man?
Good. How you doing?
Good to have you with us this afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
This afternoon, you might be watching in the morning. I don't know. But anyway, so what brings you to us? I mean, what you got going on over at Defy Medical?
Well, Defy Medical is a full-service medical clinic, and we're a little bit different than your traditional medical clinics. We have a physical location here in Tampa,
right?
But we also are a telemedicine clinic, which means we treat patients across the country.
Oh, wow.
Via Skype, webcam. We contract with different pharmacies, compounding pharmacies, supplement companies, and blood testing facilities to offer low-cost options for patients to access this type of treatment.
Okay.
What makes us different, we do a little bit of everything. Our doctor's a family practice doctor, but what makes us different is that we take an approach that focuses on hormones, nutrition, lifestyle, and exercise.
Very nice.
Jason, you are so knowledgeable talking off air. You know everything about this field. So where did your interest come from? How did you get into it?
My interest actually started in the fitness field. I was in the Marine Corps and fell in love with physical fitness. When I got out, I went to college, studied exercise science, nutrition, became a sales rep for a supplement company as well as a medical clinic, the first anti-aging clinic in the Tampa area.
Wow.
Did some nutritional consulting, did some sales, fell in love with the medicine, got into the pharmaceutical industry and was a pharmaceutical sales rep for 4 years for a compounding pharmacy. So I actually sold and repped hormones, nutrition, and supplements to doctors, taught them how to prescribe. And then in the meantime, I started as a hobby Defy Medical with a good friend of mine, Dr. Rand McClain, out in California. And it was essentially originally a hobby to focus on veterans, giving them the care that they need.
Oh, that's awesome.
Kind of fit some of the deficiencies the VA has. And over 4 years, it's grown into what it is today.
Now, do you still work with a lot of the veterans?
Oh, absolutely. We have a patient assistance program to where we give them an awesome cost on medications that their insurance doesn't cover. We run as much as we can and do the paperwork for their insurance and for reimbursement, and we let them see the doctor for no cost at all.
Thank you for your service and what you're doing. That's
without a doubt.
Fantastic.
That's amazing stuff.
So, okay, when someone comes into your clinic, what are some of the typical, and I know it varies for men and women, but what are some of the typical issues, things they may be having? First, you do a comprehensive exam of your overall health.
Yep. We do a comprehensive blood test. This is for men and women. It looks at different hormones, sex hormones, thyroid, adrenal. We're looking at metabolic function, disease risk. We do a very intensive questionnaire. The doctor spends an hour with you, talks to you, learns about your symptoms, what you're going through. The type of patients we typically get are older people that are proactive with their health and want to prevent disease. They have somewhat of a knowledge on nutrition, exercise. They are interested in hormones, and they don't want to wait till they have diabetes or wait till they're overweight. They want to do something about it now. Mm-hmm. Now, we also have patients that start to experience the symptoms and the diseases commonly associated with aging, diabetes, heart disease, arthrosclerosis, and we can actually treat them and reverse some of those processes as well.
Okay, we need to get Flash on a good path.
Flash needs to get on the path right now. That's what I'm talking about. So, folks, that, for me, last year in the 40s, just saying, found out about a year and a half ago that I'm borderline diabetic. It's starting to go in. And my lifestyle, obviously I sit down a lot. I don't do a lot of heavy, strenuous work like I used to do when I was painting or doing yard work or whatever it is. How could you help somebody in position? Because so many people find themselves at a desk-type job where you're spending 9 to 5 there, and then by the time you get home, the only thing you want to do is lay down, eat dinner, and go to sleep.
I think the problem in our society is that diet and exercise programs are packaged and sold like a product, and they seem unattainable for most people. Most people that work a 9 to 5 or even
and that's
more,
the truth. Yeah.
They can't get up and go to the gym 5 days a week.
Right.
It's really easier than that, and in the fitness industry probably doesn't want you to know how easy it is.
Yeah.
Diet is 90% of it. Eating low glycemic, eating lean proteins, healthy fats, eating good 80% of the time, and still enjoying food 20% of the time that you want to eat, like pizza and things like that.
Right.
And walking. Get up and walk 3 days a week for an hour. Put music on, listen to an ebook, and get up in the morning before work and walk.
Listen to Q105.
And you fix,
put your headphones on.
You fix some of the chemical deficiencies like hormones. You're going to drop weight and become.
And
healthy.
I've seen that. I've seen several things written where they said if you can get your heart rate up for 25, 30 minutes a day, that's better than any kind of drug you can take in most cases.
I do lunges in here sometimes.
Yeah, and I've caught her. I've caught her a couple of times. I was like, I'll be walking by the fishbowl.
But you know what? It's good for your brain, too. I mean, it gets your blood flowing
Endorphins,
and, yes. So it's helpful. It's like people with the treadmill at their desk, a desk treadmill or whatever it is. Well, that's a little extreme because you might fall off. You can't concentrate while you're working, but just move it around a little bit.
Well, you and your 26-year-old self, I'm telling you right now, I lunge, I might drop something that I can't pick up.
Looking at Flash, this is shocking to me. When you told me that, I was like, you're not borderline diabetic. He looks like he's in good shape to me. So, I mean, is that indicative of just the lifestyle we all live, like the sitting at a desk all day or being more sedentary and the kinds of foods that are out there? I mean, do you see more of that? Because you don't look like that.
It's actually a multifaceted cause, if you will. Being sedentary obviously is a big portion of that. There's studies showing that American men have lower amounts of testosterone than their counterparts in other countries. Testosterone is a very important hormone for men.
Sure.
Among many other functions, it's responsible for regulating metabolism and metabolizing sugars.
Right.
Getting the sugar out of the blood, pulling into the muscle as glycogen so you can utilize it as energy. So you have a sedentary lifestyle, poor diet, and then a drop in hormones that eventually lead to onset type 2 diabetes, which is more prevalent in our culture than it is in some other cultures.
Now, is it curable or is it just manageable? I've heard once you get it, you've sort of got it.
Type 2 is absolutely reversible. Obviously, there's sometimes varying degrees in which somebody might not go beyond the point of no return, but for the most part, it is reversible. My stepfather is a perfect example. He was on metformin, just started insulin, tried everything, didn't work. We put him on a low glycemic diet, got him walking, put him on testosterone. He lost 70 pounds in 90 days, and he's off his metformin a year
Now, what
later.
would be involved in a low glycemic diet?
No carrots.
No carrots.
Right? It's a bad one.
Basically, the
healthy.
glycemic index, which every doctor should be giving this to their patients over 40, it's a list of every carbohydrate, and it measures how that carbohydrate impacts your blood sugar. You want to stay below a certain number.
Right.
So, for example, a white potato is higher glycemic, spikes your blood sugar more than a sweet potato. So you would choose the sweet potato over the white potato. So this is making proper choices.
Right.
You know what? It's so interesting, too, because sometimes the diet industry will try to tell you a calorie is a calorie going in, you burn it the same going out. But the food is not processed that way. It's processed completely differently. It's more taxing on your liver. Right. Okay, so we've been talking about just general, problems regarding diabetes. So can we talk a little bit about women and their hormonal cycles? Because it's just fascinating.
You go, Rox. I'm going to watch. I'm
Okay.
not a mind at all. I'm going to kick back and watch this segment.
I've always felt, pretty good and healthy. I'm actually 101 years old.
Right.
And so I started to feel my age when I started doing a morning show. And I did that for, close to 2 years. And I just getting up really early and then taking naps during the day, not having sunlight, not having my sleeping cycles all messed up. That can wreak some havoc on your hormonal system because it's all connected, and your sleep is really when you're doing those regenerative type of things and making sure everything's operating smoothly.
Absolutely. That's when your body recovers. And the thing about sleep and getting good sleep is lack of sleep will lead to stress and inflammation. Stress and inflammation will kill you faster than any other thing on the face of this earth.
Is that right?
I mean, except for cancer or getting shot in the head or something like that. But for the most part, that's the two things you want to avoid is stress and inflammation. And when you start not sleeping, the full amount you're supposed to sleep, things get out of whack for sure.
And you produce more cortisol, which is a bad hormone.
It's a catabolic hormone. So it fights inflammation, but also causes the breakdown of tissues and the loss of other hormones. What you want to do, especially as you age, is you want to find out, is your lifestyle causing a deficiency in your hormone levels, or is a deficiency in your hormone levels causing your lifestyle to be disrupted?
I guarantee you mine is.
Interesting. Okay. So then what kinds of prescriptions do you prescribe? When I say prescription, I mean a broad perspective, nutrition. What are the programs that people get involved with?
Well, being a general practice, we do your common antibiotics and things like that for people that are looking for that kind of care. But for people that are coming in for full comprehensive care, we prescribe mainly through a compounding pharmacy, and we prescribe bioidentical hormones. So, testosterone replacement therapy for men, bioidentical hormones for women. We do a lot of injectable nutrients. There's some conditions, for example, where taking vitamins orally doesn't metabolize properly, so we do a lot of injectable vitamins.
Like B12 and things like that?
Yeah, L-carnitine, things like that. And weight loss medications as well. We help out with people that want to lose weight.
Interesting. So when you do that, that really is something that you can see the results in your patients. I mean, they're coming back to you and saying, "Oh my gosh, I have more energy.
Absolutely.
I feel great. I feel different. I feel younger."
Usually when they come in, they have the same symptoms. They're fatigued. They're having trouble losing weight. They're not being able to keep up with work like they used to. They're not enjoying life. It's a quality of life. We prescribe quality of life medications.
And that's awesome. And the thing for me is, and I think, and it probably does have to do a lot with the lifestyle. You know me, doing afternoon drive on the radio, then rolling off doing a couple of karaoke
Partying
shows.
all night at Club Dubai.
What does that even mean? Saturday night dance party, Club Dubai. But I mean, honestly, my sleep cycle it almost changes on a daily basis. It's crazy. I don't have a regular.
That's dangerous.
A regular, yeah. And I guess at my age, I might have to start looking at that. But I mean, how quickly normally, and I'm sure everybody's different, but I mean, how quickly can you turn things around for folks, do you find?
It takes about, on average, the type of, if you go on hormone replacement therapy, let's say you have a deficiency, you come in and you start testosterone replacement therapy, which is the most common service for men.
Right.
About 90 days it takes for the hormones to stabilize and for you to start to see a relief in symptoms. I will tell you, though, within the first 2 weeks, you'll notice better sleep, you'll notice better sex drive, more energy, just little subtle things that you forgot that you felt when you were in your early mid-20s, early 30s.
And I'll tell you a thing for me too is even now. I mean, it's my brain is sort of in a fog. It seems like it doesn't seem like it's getting any better. I'm horrible with names.
Well, you
and
seem
horrible
sharp
at
to me, so you're hanging in there.
Well, thanks.
Just tell yourself good thoughts.
Yeah, it's good thoughts. But I mean, I can feel it. I mean, when I'm trying to recall things or a lot of short-term stuff is sort of foggy for me, and I can feel it, and I can't stand it, but I know based on time, I can tell that it's not getting any better. So hopefully that's one of the things that can be reversed as well.
Absolutely, the brain has hormones just like your body has hormones as well, and those hormones regulate everything from emotions to our cognitive ability. So things like stress, lack of sleep, poor diet, even a deficiency in the sex hormones, which are synergistic with brain hormones, those can cause disarray, deficiency, too much coffee, being adrenally fatigued, running yourself too thin. Those will be things that will drain your brain chemistry and then cause you to have a disruption in your cognitive function.
So that double shot of espresso that the Spanish people down at Maxima have been giving me, I probably should lay off a little bit of that, huh?
Well, you know what?
Smells so good, though.
The one thing I do have to ask you, because obviously the body is a miraculous homeostatic mechanism. So it wants to return to whatever
I love it when she uses big words like that.
Baseline is. Is there a danger in going too much to try to restore a certain age? In other words, part of this is the natural decline that we all face. Part of it is more induced by some of the strains we put on ourselves societally and, nutritionally. Yep. But how do you monitor that you're not going too far of a direction? You know what I mean?
That's a really good question, and that's kind of what really defines us, because there's a lot of doctors out there on the conventional side that are dabbling in hormone replacement therapy. There's a ton of misinformation. It's important to be monitored by a doctor that's trained and understands sex hormones, thyroid hormones, adrenal hormones, and there's a balance. Too much is just as bad as too little.
Oh, I bet it is.
There's a big difference between a bodybuilder taking synthetic anabolic steroids to put on muscle, which is maybe 10 times plus the amount of testosterone a man produces, and giving a 50-year-old man that's going through andropause or a woman going through menopause a little bit of bioidentical hormones. So you want to go with a reference range that's been established through, a decade or so of evidence-based medicine, and keep yourself within that range. And then, of course, there's an art involved of monitoring the symptoms, seeing how the patient responds physically, and then making adjustments from there.
That's awesome stuff. Now, folks need to get a hold of you and your services.
And where are you located, too, right? Online and in person?
Online, and we're in Tampa, Florida, on our North Armenia, just south of Hillsborough.
Okay. And you got a website?
www.defymedical.com.
All right. Now, this is great. And you'd mentioned earlier being able to go nationwide or what have you. You can go on Skype as well, and you can have a consultation on Skype?
Yep, we have 3 physicians. They're multi-state licensed, so we're able to treat patients through Skype. They can go to a lab near their home. We can send a phlebotomist to their house, and we ship the medications at a licensed pharmacy that's able to ship into their state.
Technology is amazing, folks. I'm telling you right now. So one more time, throw that website out if folks need it. We'll put it up right here.
Thank you. It's defymedical.com.
All right.
And throw out that big vocabulary word again, phlebotomist, blood expert.
Blood expert.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my girl, Rocks. Well, man, thanks for being here with us. We appreciate it. We definitely want to have you back and talk some more about this, because every time. It's an education for me.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you
So
for the
good
invite.
stuff.
Good stuff. Thank you.
We're back in minutes right here at Flash and Friends on the internet.
Hey, it's the Flash Man, and if you haven't been to the Q105 Saturday Night Dance Party, then you're missing out. Join me and my main man, Matt the Brat, pumping out all the hottest dance music from the 70s, 80s, and more, mixed live at Club Dubai in Carrollwood. This week, every lady will get a raffle ticket to win a top designer handbag valued at over $300. $3 domestics and $5 select premium drinks all night. The Saturday Night Dance Party at Club Dubai. Doors open at 8:30, Northdale Boulevard in Del Mabry in Carrollwood. Flash and Friends is powered by Extra Medium Productions, your high-definition, full-service production studio. Call 727-584-4500, extramedium.com.
Hey, welcome back to Flash and Friends. Anyway, we're just talking off camera about some funny stuff, and we'll get into that.
That laugh you just did is just like if someone just walks into a room and hears the joke on the tail end, and they're sad because they didn't hear the joke.
Oh, there's a joke.
You have no idea what you missed. It was so funny.
Sorry you missed it, but we'll give it to you in a minute. Anyway, you got some goofy news over there?
I do. Okay, let's talk about some goofy news right off the bat. Let's talk about some age milestones, and I want the people in this room, to those who feel comfortable, raise your hand if you'd like to shout out the answer to these questions.
All right. Dr. Gina's in the room, by the way. Hey, by the way, Dr. Gina and I got another show we got to tell you about here coming up in a minute, too. But go ahead.
Yes. Here are the results of a new survey on the average age, allegedly, for these people. I say allegedly because some of these seem weird to me. First kiss.
Oh, first kiss. Mm-hmm. Like how old were you when you got your first kiss? Is that
French.
what you're trying to ask me?
French.
Oh, with little tongue action.
Don't you think?
Okay.
I mean, who cares about a first kiss? I mean, everybody has like that 5-year-old.
Yeah, I got
8th grade. It's about 13, 14, 14. Yeah.
Let me pop on.
Yeah.
What color is that mic over there? Is that the orange one?
Orange.
All right.
Okay.
Orange.
All right.
Okay.
All
Bill?
right.
Yes, it was 13, 8th grade.
Okay.
13?
Uh-huh.
I was 12.
Me too.
Were you really?
I was summer before 7th grade on a cruise ship. Anthony, he was Italian. I can't remember his last name. It was a romantic cruise ship. 12-year-old Frenching.
Wow.
Gross. That's
Were you going to
disgusting.
France or something? Not me. I was at the roller skate rink over by the lockers.
Of course
Skate
you were at
Odyssey.
the roller skate rink.
Odyssey over by the lockers, man.
I was in a basement watching 8mm Three Stooges movies.
How romantic.
That was very exciting.
Bill, that was very
We always
romantic.
remember. We all remember, right?
Yeah, you never forget your first kiss. What about you, Dr. Gina? Dr. Love, what was step up.
I did 8th grade.
Hold on a minute.
Wow.
Hold on a second. We can't hear you. You got to talk into the mic now.
I was in 8th grade on my parents' couch.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
or
now.
my couch in my house. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So did you just kiss, or did it go to second base too? On the
Oh my
Hang
gosh.
on a minute now. That's another show.
Well, I remember he tried to cop a feel for sure.
Right.
Right? Well,
But you shut him down. Oh boy.
got
Well, not
shut
really.
down. All right,
Not
next
necessarily.
stage.
Gina was off to the races.
I was like, ooh, I like this.
Can you imagine though
Dr.
if like phones and cell phones and text messaging had been the thing back then, I'd probably still be in touch with Anthony.
You never
Don't know his
know.
last name, but
I remember back in the day, I used to have
Might
to
still be
pull that
dating.
long cord all the way around and sneak it late at night in the kitchen. Dial it up, man.
Hide it under your pillow.
Right.
getting engaged. Oh, I didn't tell you the average age.
Oh, yeah.
That would help. 15 was the average age for
Wow.
a first kiss.
Boy, were we early bloomers.
Yes, we're ahead of our times.
Especially you, Bill.
What about getting engaged?
Don't you always have like a tester? Seemed to me like I was about 18 when I tested that
Right,
out.
we're
It
talking
never-
about the
it-
first time.
Yeah,
the
never,
first
it
marriage.
never
We're
went.
not talking about second marriages. We're talking about first
No, I'm
marriages.
just talking about engaged. It never
Okay.
went through to the marriage thing.
Oh,
It just
really?
got engaged.
Okay.
Then we
That's
broke
cool.
up, and that was that.
27.
Yeah, my first engagement was 19.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very early.
Well, we were the early
Yes.
bloomers, and
Yes.
So
Dr.
mine
Love.
was 25.
Wow.
And average age, 25. I'm very average there.
you're average.
Okay. And then becoming a boss at work.
Hang on a minute. Could you do that again? What just happened right there, Bill?
I haven't gotten any sleep. That's
She a
what happened.
boss. She a boss at work. Wow.
Becoming a boss at work?
For me, I believe it was 23.
Uh-huh.
at
And who
Western
were you the
Auto.
boss of?
Western Auto.
Who were you the boss of?
The other people that were the minions.
Okay. Okay.
23.
I just became self-employed. So my boss is a pretty good guy for what I got to say.
Really? Oh, all right.
Yeah, for me, it's when I opened my own practice. So I would say about like 30 years old.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I just always have people tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Unless
that
we're
what
in
it
the
is?
Pivot Studio here at Beasley Media Group.
Right. And we're in Roxy's studio, so she tells
The
us
boss
what to
lady
do.
in
She's
here.
She's the boss here.
She's even got the boss dance down. What's the average age?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah,
34.
well,
34.
That's your bit, Darren. 34.
Tired of this bit.
All right.
Okay.
It's out. It's out.
So what about, oh my gosh, Miley Cyrus. She is 5'5". She is allegedly only weighing 99 pounds now.
She's under a Hunsky.
She goes daily without eating. I mean, she's 5'5". I'm 5'6" when I stand up really straight, you know, 5'6".
right.
I weigh 120 pounds. If I go below like 118, I look gross.
So a couple of pounds
So-
really makes a difference?
I think so.
Yeah, you think?
I shouldn't. I lose my butt definitely if I go below.
The butt's the first to go.
Isn't that
Is it?
isn't that the truth? Yes.
See, Dr. Gina knows.
If I drop
I do.
down,
Powerhouse Gym's over there.
see, I
Yeah.
need to talk to Gina more because she's in perfect shape. I mean,
Thank
literally
you.
perfect shape. So if I go below 120, then I'm like, I start to lose my butt, and then if
Yes.
I go above 122, then my arms get really fat.
That's
So
why I tell women.
I have to be very
So it
careful.
doesn't go, so the first 2 pounds go back to your butt and then the other
No,
two
it
go to
doesn't
your
work like
arms?
that. It
How does
never
that
goes
work?
where you want it to.
Well, that's
I
why I
gotcha.
tell women all the time is that you forget cardio. You need to be doing squats, lunges. I mean,
Yes.
that's what's really going to keep
Oh,
you in
Rox,
shape.
she does lunges in the studio
That's what
here
I
between
heard.
segments. You'll be walking by here and I'm like, is she all right?
Keep it moving. Keep
Almost,
it moving.
yeah, almost, yeah. That's what she does to keep. I was like, do I need to call 911?
Well, I
911?
I should just stop. I should just continue to squat or lunge because that would make more sense. Because usually you see me and I like
Yeah.
awkwardly stop what I'm doing.
Yeah, like she was doing something bad.
She's squatting in the corner.
It's kind of like that joke that you walked in, you just got the punchline. You don't know what the real joke is. I'm like, well, I wonder what Roxy's doing over there in the pivot studio. huh?
I'm guilty. I should just keep
I
lunging.
wonder why she doesn't throw the little blind gimmick up there or something. I mean, what's going on over there with Rox? Wow. Well, you know that brings us to the new. I think this is going to become maybe a weekly segment of Ask Ray Ray the engineer. It's Ray Ray's question of the day. He wanted to know. He was in here wiring some stuff up earlier, and he threw out the question of how tall and how much is it? What did he say? It was Serena Williams.
Okay.
That's her name, right? Serena
Sure,
Williams.
Serena Williams.
The tennis player.
Yes. How tall is she?
She wants to know. Well, we're going to ask. We're going to take guess. Don't look it up yet. I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to say she's what? Maybe 5'8", 250?
5'8", 250?
Yeah.
That doesn't even seem right.
You
That's
don't
not,
think- you
that's
don't
not
think the
right.
camera
no.
adds
I would
to
say
No.
like 5'10", 185.
Yes, I would say 5'9". I would say 5'9". Maybe I saw the answer. I can't say it.
Well, then I'm going to guess
She's
5'9",
trying
too.
so hard.
Rox.
She's trying so
I'm going to
hard
guess
not to.
5'9", too.
I didn't see her height.
Am I close, you think?
What are you guessing
Well,
her
Well,
weight
let's just
is?
say that she's so like
Voluptuous.
butt, thighs. She's so muscular and it's like dense. You know, it's just she's in
Muscle. I ain't
It's-
saying she's
no,
fat. I'm just
no,
talking
no.
she's
And
some
muscle's
booty.
heavy.
muscle,
muscle
booty
weighs
muscle.
a lot.
Muscle's heavier than fat, is
Yes,
it not?
it is.
All right.
yeah,
a lot of
so
booty weight.
She's in great shape.
She's got thigh and booty weight.
So Ray Ray wants to know how much does she weigh?
yeah, so that's the question. Like,
And
send
it
in-
is funny. He
Listen.
just came in here and was like, "Hey,"
And listen, don't cheat.
Off the
Don't
cuff.
Google it. We're going to put the question up on our Facebook page and go answer it. Take your guess. Don't Google it like, who over here, Miss Multitasker with her phone.
Cheater.
Yeah, and then we'll let you know next week what it is. I'm going to stick with 5'8", 250.
okay, good guess.
What does that even mean? All right. Hey, thanks again for Jason from Defy Medical for coming in. Dr. Love,
Yes.
always a pleasure having you. Now, you and I
Yes.
got something going on
Yes.
on our sister station.
Oh, yeah,
on
you do.
So
Thursday nights. So if this is a Thursday and you happen to be watching, make sure you tune in at 7 o'clock, 7 to 8 on Money Talk 1010. It will also stream all over the world on the 1010 website. But we call it Love and Money.
Yes, a lot of love and a lot of money talk.
That's it. And, I think we're going to really focus the show on folks that have, pretty hefty careers, working on being homemakers. A lot of this day and age,
the love slips through the cracks.
It
slips
does.
through the cracks because both the man
Not in a
and the
good way.
woman have to be. Yeah, Bill,
Isn't it
get your mind
supposed
out
to?
of the gutter for crying out loud. A lot of times, both the man and the woman have to be the homemaker to get all the bills paid, to get everything situated. And of course, we have Dr. Gina here, who is the licensed professional,
Yes.
to kind of give you some advice on how to spice things up around the house and make sure that the love doesn't fall through.
Yeah, and
the
start being
cracks.
nice to each other.
Yeah.
When your career becomes your forefront, you forget about each other, you're mean, and then you don't want to do anything with each other.
So
Right.
free advice. I mean, she
Yes.
charges people this on a daily basis. I'm telling you right now. So check us out on Money Talk 10:10 Thursday nights from 7 to 8. I got to get that time right. As soon as I get off Q105, I'm heading right on over there to hang out with you. Saturday night dance party, Club Dubai again. Saturday night, we're giving away a $300 Coach bag. Is that good though, Rob?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's great.
That's a great gift.
wonderful.
The Coach? Because I don't carry one, so I'm just asking.
Well,
but evidently, it brought them out last
yes.
week. A beautiful, amazing, good-looking people. We had a great time. So check us out at Club Dubai. Again, all those details are up at myq105.com/events. Thanks to our friends here at the Beasley Media Group for allowing us to have Roxy's studio for taping of the show. Extra Media and Production, Tampa Bay Nightlife.tv. You need to know what's going on in the Tampa Bay area. Other than the Saturday night dance party at Club Dubai, that'll be the first thing on the show, I'm sure. But check them out as well, and we will see you next week right back here in cyberspace. Everybody wave. Hey! We'll see you next week.
Hi, Mom.